you will be totally kicked out of your community. Not literally, but you won't be welcomed at the community barbecue if you're a heathen. No, I know a lot of atheists who are still in the closet because of where they live. So it's not true that you get to choose it. And certainly, if they went and chose to be Islamic instead, could you imagine being raised as a Christian and going, well, this is an Abrahamic religion, but I really sort of align with Islam more. And then some person in Oklahoma decides to be Islamic? No way. You don't get to choose.
Christians that converted to Islam. I do.
Right. Okay. The one, I know lots of things that I can take as the anomaly. I'm trying to ask you to think about it really, right? Like those ones were lucky, right? Why is it that you don't know anybody in the closet? Because they're in the fucking closet.
They decided to start throwing.
If I can just finish what I was going to say just really quick. It may be true that the majority of the world is under this hypnosis or indoctrination or whatever, but I think that
did somebody say hypnosis?
That should only be.
Oh man, that was good. Did somebody say hypnosis? I should have had it queued up.
And it's tough to deal with that and to come to terms with that. It's almost like a different sense. Like if I was born blind and I just decided not to believe anybody that they saw colors and shapes. It's like, I've never seen that.
I was born gay and trans. Am I hypnotized? Oh, all communication. Oh, the life. Living the life of a clubhouse troll. Kick him! Kick him from the room now!
Become like really huge, and I've done a lot of work for Houston, and I'm doing a bit of work now for Miami. So, I mean, I might be sitting at the bottom of the continent and all the rest of it, but obviously, like, we know a lot about rugby, and so I'm doing quite a lot of PR for Miami, and they seem to be doing really.
Since 1981, I probably spoke with your mama. I ain't trying to be funny about it. I probably did smoke weed with your mama at some party at some festival back in the day. Dude, I got certified in Windows 95 when I was 20.
He got certified in Windows 95.
Remember Windows 95? No, you don't. Because the internet was only 4 years old at that point.
Windows 95.
Hello?
It's actually a little bit older because when
the internet officially came out in January of 91, and like if you want to talk about the
No, I'm talking about Emmett McHenry, who made it easy for people to use the internet when he made the DNS service for .gov, .com, .edu, etc.
He's gone.
Okay, good.
I was right behind you. I couldn't do it.
No, I know Blossom is married with him. We come in the comment room. I know. That's how I know Blossom. We go in the comment room.
Was that Bob Dylan joined TikTok over the weekend or over the last couple of days? That's he said 2 million hits already. So, yeah, I don't know why he decided to do that, but it's whatever. Bob Dylan can do what he wants at 83. What are you going to tell the 83-year-old? No, you can't. Yeah, so the only other
People
thing
tell me all the time that I can't. And I'm his age.
Yeah, but you push back too. So
Absolutely.
Marina, birthday, so maybe I'll get her that for her birthday.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Other than that, just the usual stuff in terms of Canada. Trying to figure this out. What's going on?
Bull rush.
Bull rush.
Bull rush.
Start that in Edmonton of all places. They have one seat in Edmonton. In fact, they only have one seat in Alberta. The Liberals. They don't extend much further than the Ontario border, and that's been like that for decades. So you guys have a north-south divide. We have an east-west divide, which is pretty in your face in this country. Yeah, and so then I think he was in Richmond yesterday and talking about he's going to focus on the economy. The other one that hasn't really officially put her hat in the ring, but certainly her website is indicating such, and that's Chrystia Freeland.
Yeah.
And other than that,
Did they kick me? Did they kick me from the embassy? Those sons of bitches.
Brazilian embassy. Deep state patriots.
You fucking kicked me. Motherfuckers.
Because you were bull rushing too hard.
You fuck with the bull, you're gonna get the horns.
They can't handle a true bull in the embassy.
So it's like the evil person, he's got to go to church. So all they know is evil.
It sounds like one of those things that sounds cool, but it's like fucking. I think it's way more complex than that.
Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to look at that, but I just wanted to say this. I just wanted to finish. Sorry. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name? And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name.
I did.
Slob, man.
I did.
Yeah, I thought. Fucking slob. Hood. Hood.
Oh, Morel is here. Truly, our embassy is forming a deep state syndicate.
Well, that's big Morel.
We have the doctor in the house. We need easy out, easy parking, easy out.
Send a spy into the DSP room so we can hear. It's my sweet, what I love.
I don't have. Unfortunately, I only have 2 accounts now, and they kicked my other
The dumb
agent.
bastards used to all follow me on my old account because I was like fundraising for India and doing all sort of regular non-political things. When I changed to Morel Finder, every one of these guys were friends of my account under my name. So I just snuck right back into DSP, and then I listened and didn't say anything for about 7 or 8 days after the election. And then I finally couldn't take it anymore, piped up, and instantly threw me out. insurrectionist.
He's a maggot. He's a maggot. We have a maggot in here. MAGA, MAGA, MAGA.
Hey, Adrian, that's Dr. Morel. Big Morel. Big Morel energy.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Mendelsohn is, I don't personally mind him, you know? Like, I know he's pathetic, but, like,
he's just playing a team sport from his side. I took him on Mano y Mano, Marcus's room, which is Challenge the Maggot, basically, every Sunday. Then he got pressured to stop doing that with me because I went through them like bitches. Ben Mendelsohn, Breyer, Andrea, Victoria twice. V, she tried twice.
Is Breyer the kid who has like that picture of a park with a light in it?
Yeah, some trees. And he says he's a master philosopher, debate coach. Gives everyone a lecture about ontology. You know, there's a thing called ontology.
Ontology, eschatology. I love a lot of these technical terms that, you know, either Christians, a lot of Christians have a tremendous amount of technical terms. Anyways, it is what it is.
Yeah, I used to not like it. I think it's reasonable if it's done properly. Just to draw the distinction between the knowledge and the thing.
I just don't understand.
These guys flex. That's why I get on my friend, the sociologist. I tell him, man, just don't use epistemology in the regular sentence. Just say knowledge or theory of knowledge.
Yeah. What have you gone in Mark's room yet? He holds these atheist rooms.
Yeah, waste of time.
Oh man, I mean, he is.
Is there any concept of time value money? I mean, you guys are here 2 years ago. The guy Andrew.
Yeah, that's the worst example.
And then Uncle Steve here to tell you what's real.
I talked to Andrew one day. He told me he went to a party and he was like talking with some guy, and the guy punched him out at the party. And I was like, "Why did he punch you out?" You know, and he I don't know if it was like a gay thing or what was going on, but he definitely got his, you know, socks clocked. And I mean, I don't know if he has like brain damage, but like to even have the same PTR for so many years and to it's amazing that he must really know a lot of people, because he does spend a lot of like patient time talking and listening, as far as you can tell. But you just get you do get that feeling of that time value money where you're like, what is going on in your life where you want to have these extraordinarily boring conversations, and it doesn't seem like he's reading anything on the outside. So anyways, you just like, you can analyze people.
The atheists are incredibly stupid and very beastly, and you just go round and around and around with them, from the godly side to the atheist side, and explain what is the definition of all these different things. What would God do if blah blah blah? You know.
Yeah, there's a lot of hypotheticals.
So all of these guys have been discussing this for a long time, but there's not supposed to be an answer. I think.
I don't think that guy Andrew's not an atheist, but like if you're an atheist and you want to keep doing the atheist dance and you need theists to spike your dopamine, doesn't it get a little boring after a while, just like trolling theists? Because I mean, and then does it make you feel like you're academic?
The theist has nothing to prove, and the atheist has got everything to prove, basically. So that's why most people just don't even get into the debate, because it gets into your belief system, and then there's no proof. This is where Breyer would come in, and that's what's called ontology, y'all. That's what drove me to philosophy. The ontology. I fucked him up on stage in Marcus's room. Smack him left and right like my bitch.
I just go into Mark's room and, you know, he has some train.
This is Marcus, the German, who was trying to do a focused, fair back and forth during election heat. The reasonable, rational, which it doesn't exist. It was fun though, because even the best of them were. I'm not that smart, you know. I'm not even a great debater. So if you can't, just ask and listen. Ask a question and listen to the answer with no retaliation.
Adrian Williams and Zenamini.
Zenamini is getting high by live streaming Clubhouse rooms, and I, you know, hope he takes the time to live stream my rooms as well. And you don't even have to tell me that you're doing it. Like, I want a deep state patriot recording me, putting me on YouTube as Adrian Dittman. I need more people putting up Adrian Dittman content.
Have you ever considered running a billboard in Chicago?
I could do it on the side of my building, but it would be a waste of money. It would be better if I just said, like, you know, Chicago yoga teacher, you know, call this number. I mean, if I actually had a service to provide, it would be better.
Well, you do coaching, meditation, spiritual reading. I mean,
yeah.
Well, John, like, you're 100% right. When you record a room and you're in it and you're talking, it's like a dopamine hit. It's so crazy. It's really nuts. I love it.
Yeah, it does. I think that there could even be a reason why they like want to kick me so much. Oh, Joni is here. Joni is very sensitive. Welcome, Joni. Welcome, Hendis, to the Adrian Dittman podcast. We are inside of the Brazilian embassy at this very moment, recording the Deep State Patriots, putting it on YouTube, making fun of them all, laughing at their defeat. Welcome to the Adrian Dittman Show. Do you want to come up and say anything, Joni? Anyways, Chris, yeah, I mean, if you could, you know, put me on YouTube and then send me the link to my YouTube recording, you know, hopefully when we're doing something auspicious.
Used Google Voice to create 4 other new accounts using different phone numbers. So now I have like 8 bots.
You used Google Voice to do it?
Yeah. You can use Google Voice to, if you have like a real phone number, you can use Google Voice to create a new Clubhouse account.
Interesting. I'll have to try that. Oh shit, I wonder if
especially, and you can like, it's sort of like interesting, like, you know, I'm using Club Deck as well, so I can run multiple instances of Clubhouse all at one time. Like, I have 4 programs running on my computer. I might like just make it run 8 and see if I can do some cross-pollination between the different rooms.
Zenamini knows what's up. That's what I've been using, Adrian, the Google Voice numbers.
Because I did actually get the Google Voice number to work on this phone. Select a Google Voice number. Oh, I guess I didn't have one.
You have to like sign out from like, you know, your current Clubhouse, but you can like, if you have like other phones that don't have like a real phone number that you're paying for, you can then download Clubhouse and then get the text message sent internally through Google Voice, and log in to like other software, hardware application, other hardwares and stuff.
Ooh, excuse me. I just let out a little deep state patriot. Yeah, actually, this is very smart. Is like once your burner account goes down after the 30 days, just convert to the Google Voice. I would like to actually get off of like a T-Mobile thing and just like have no, monthly recurring subscription and paying for mobile. It's like, honestly, you don't need it. It's like everybody's paying $100 a month for their cell phone. It's like you don't need to. Perfect. Where is this phone? What the fuck? That didn't work. Let's try texting my cell phone. Test. Okay, it works. Hello. Hello, movie phone. All right, let's see here. Okay, Joni is still with us. Joni says she's taken a vow of silence to February 1st. I said she, but I don't know your pronoun. I don't know if you go by the he or she or they or we. Oh, did you get a new YouTube account going? Let's see. Mr. Ani Rez. What is that? Your animal's your own way. Holy shit. These are like AI shit. Holy shit. It's like amazing shit, isn't it? So smart. If I could only create amazing AI videos like that, maybe I could have a successful YouTube channel. Holy shit, Scott just called me. Let's see what he said. I love how Scott's like on the stage taking phone calls and shit. People are like using him as the back channel. I got a zit on my cheek. It's kind of painful. You know, you never want to squeeze zits because then you can get...
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Everybody left. My audience has abandoned me. What happened?
In order for you to get a real hand...
It looks like the Obamas are getting divorced. Barry's gonna start dating a guy. Isn't that funny? Deep State Patriots is just like a bunch of bots now.
She's scared of Larry.
Who's scared of Larry?
Fat barber. Who's fat barber?
Who's scared of Larry? Who just said that? Which one of these fuck niggas just said that? That was Dana, aka Dino the dickhead. The fat one. Yeah, the fat one. The one with the titties, pussy, and big butt. Dino, be cool if I make you lose your mind in this bitch.
I say shit to you, nah. Relax, bitch. You cry every time I say something.
You always start with me. I'm starting with you.
I don't say nothing to you. I'm chilling. I've been out the way.
Fucking feel good, you fat back bitch.
You're
done. Fuck up. You big titty bitch.
Your ass is flat as hell.
I don't give a fuck because you took all the ass, bitch. You took it all. You took all the ass. You took all the titties.
Good Shabbos, good Shabbos, good Shabbos.
really like make big plans to try to sit beside people and do big things when people are trying to cut you out over like $5, $3, $20, however many dollar cash outs, it ain't enough money for nobody to even operate like that. For real, it's not. Or am I looking at this shit wrong? Cause I love an honest opinion. I don't give a fuck if it don't agree with me. I don't want no echo chamber. Talk your shit. I want to have a real conversation. Other than that,
money is green, honey. What you got to scream about?
But for real, it's like that.
She kicked me. Dirty dog. She kicked me. Oh shit, this phone number probably doesn't work anymore. No, I guess it still does work. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna restart the room, Robert, and we're gonna listen to an audiobook. Okay, welcome to Magic Meditation. In Magic, Thelema, say her text. This is Adrian. Thank you for coming. This is my morning meditation. I'm drinking red eye coffee. That's an espresso inside of a dark Colombian. That's right. I'm getting my caffeine on. And then we're going to go to the gym and get our pump on for the day. And then we're going to do all kinds of things here at my house, get things organized, go through a little bit of paperwork I might have to do. Maybe set an appointment or something for next week because I got a lot of important business to take care of. The time value of money, you always remember that. It's easy to forget the time value money principles and equations. And I spilled a bunch of coffee in the kitchen. I gotta
It's
go.
like, all right, so she just stayed home with her until she was like grade school age, like for the first 6 years. Like, all right, like now go back to work. Like she talk for herself, something go on, she could tell me, or you.
And if when Trump comes in, your schedule F employees any fucking way. It's almost impossible to fire. Please leave fucking Washington D.C. You've ran our country enough. I'm glad Newman is gone. I'm glad she's like fucking going off somewhere. Hopefully she dies in a plane crash.
What up, Scotty?
Kane said I'm like the Dittman of the deep state. I said that to the deep state. I said I was called recently the Dittman of the deep state, and I'm honored.
Whoa.
I said I'm deeply honored to be counted as Dittman-esque, and Dr. James is like, well, there's a line in the sand I won't go with you on. I was like, I love Dittman. I said I'm a huge Dittman fan. I have a personal relationship with Dittman. He's a top Jew on the app. I said, in my opinion, he's one of the top Jews on the entire app. And I'm proud to be called a friend of Dittman.
Upper echelon Jew? Is that what you use that term?
You're a top shelf Jew. You're like Belvedere, bro. You're like Johnny Walker Blue. Johnny Walker Blue Jew.
Mr. Belvedere, the Mr. Belvedere Jew?
Mr. Belvedere Jew, bro. You're a top fucking Jew.
Jesus. What a thing to say on a Shabbos.
I know, bro. I've gotten Jane sold on you. I'm like, Dittman is the best thing on the app.
I try to bring, a certain je ne sais quoi, or what they might say, le vent l'état, or something like that. I don't know. The vital energy. That's what I believe in. Too many people are just repeating memory boxes without any significant differentiation. And it's my job as a contrarian libertarian to essentially, like Jane said, this room is now worthy of mockery.
You, Dibman, are the Shekinah of Clubhouse.
The Shekinah? I did a recording. Honestly, my Elon Musk recordings are like the hottest thing going, because when you have somebody who's like part of the administration, who's not part of the administration, saying very bold things on the internet every night, those are like very high value clips. And like, if they think they are the deep state, they are way the fuck off. I'm the motherfucking deep state. I control, the gossip, basically.
You do, dude.
But see, I'm recording unrecorded spaces, and that's what makes it extremely juicy, because people just get their short-term dopamine and they think there's no repercussions for their thoughts and their speech. But when they see it resurfaced and they're like, fuck, and they're like, that's it. A, I'm stupid, and B, like, that is, stupid, I guess.
You are the man, dude.
Anyways, what are you doing today?
I'm gonna work. I'm starting a new workout program, and just texted my friend Mark Oppenheimer. The Atlantic had this piece that's so insane about the New Apostolic Reformation and evangelicals and all this shit. So I'm gonna, like, Mark is a Jew. He's the top Jewish journalist. He was the New York Times religion reporter for a while. And he wrote a response saying basically the Atlantic is alarmist. They're trying to scare people about evangelicals. And so I'm trying to book him for the show next week. And I'm working out.
Are you getting on that new Alex Jones workout diet?
No, but I'm not on a diet. I'm just like, I'm probably eating a few too many carbs than I should be, but I'm losing weight. I mean, I just, because I've been doing sort of like every other day. I wasn't doing it every day. In fact, I had this push-up app that gets you 100 push-ups in like 5 sets. So like, you do like a set, rest a minute and a half a set. So I got to 100 in 5 sets. So now I'm doing that and jumping rope, and then every other, and a little yoga, and then every other day I'm going to do this high intensity interval. So it's like going to be push-ups and yoga one day. Next day, 30 minutes of HIIT.
I'm not a big fan of rope jumping, because
I love rope jumping.
Are you good at it?
Yeah, I used to be good at it, and so I'm getting it back. Like, it's, I was like drinking pretty heavy after my divorce, and I was like just barely like an exercise for me was walking to the liquor store every other day. And so now I'm getting back into like physical exercise, and yeah, I'm pretty I can jump rope. I can't do some of the moves I used to be able to do. Like, I used to be able to do high knee jump ropes and jumping jack jump ropes and jump rope squats a little bit and stuff. So I'm not quite nimble enough to do some of the moves, but I can do fast rope jumping, just regular. Yeah, it's great for you because it burns so many calories in a short period of time, and it's just working your abs the whole time, right? I mean, it's like your core. It's just totally a core workout. But the yoga has been huge. I do yoga every day. Just not a lot. I mean, like, at the most I do 30 minutes, but mostly 10 to 20 minutes. The Apple Fitness app has all these yoga programs they have, like just yoga videos, like, and that has been life-giving in the sense of like I'm never tight anymore. I'm like, my feet feel great. Like I walk every day, all day, like. In the city, I don't have a car, so I like schlep everywhere. So I'm walking I take the subway and buses and stuff, but I mean, it's urban living. You're walking all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel great. I mean, I just feel, my fitness levels just get back to like, now I feel like I can go 2.0. Now I feel like my body is
Mhm.
is in a place where it can take it, like taking it up a notch,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been doing yoga for a lot of years now, and I don't want to like be irascible, but honestly, like the taint is like a huge component of yoga work or the yogic process because
When I go downward dog, I like to say, all right, downward dog, paint smile at the sky.
okay, let me get to the point. So I can make a demonstration for you right now. Can you take a deep breath for me, like the deepest breath of the day? Hold it for 10 seconds. Don't say anything. Hold it. Hold it. Now flex your taint. Flex your taint and flex what you might call the pineal gland. So your taint or your sphincter or, it's connected. So when you do a yoga pose, what you're really doing is like pole work. You're like a pole dancer. So you want to flex your taint. And in the process, in my opinion, you're pumping your pineal by going below as above as below. So you're actually like the whole thing is pineal activation. And this is hypothetical, but the point is like, what if something in your brain, you can tug on it, pull on it, milk it, extract it. Like yoga and taint pumping is like a yogic practice. And an example of that is also you can take your tongue and roll it all the way back like into your throat when you do a pose and you do the taint pump. And the yogis say that your tongue is supposed to collect the mana or dew from heaven that falls out of your fucking brain. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but like they believe that like the pineal produces adrenochrome. So like you're just licking that adrenochrome up, that you're pumping with your taint. This is too deep state. We may be going too esoterically deep state for the cosmic ping pong pizza party. Huh, Giorgio?
Can we do a meditation?
This is a hypnosis. Oh shit, we got a call from somebody. But we're not going to take it.
Work out. I'll check in with you later.
Okay, God bless. Bye.
Can we do some Taoism this morning? Or
Yeah, we can do that.
maybe some walks? It doesn't have to be long, just something to start the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I feel, what's the word? I feel constructive today.
Hold on one sec. I'm going to call this the Alex Jones weight loss and fitness routine exercise program.
That's a good one. Alex Jones, the weight loss hypnosis routine.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing how like Apple, it takes a significant amount of time to do these like videos and shit. There's like this processing aspect on an Apple phone that an Android doesn't go through. And then I think the algorithm also knows that the video you're putting out is on an Apple device, and it gives you a little more juice maybe. Okay, so this is called the Alex Jones workout and diet program. What did Zinamini put in there? Something on YouTube. See, copy. What did you put in the chat, Zinamini? I can put it in my browser, but I don't know if you want to say anything. Let me see what you put in there. Is it the room? Is it our room? Because we're going to do a Tao Te Ching hypnosis here. We're going to do an early morning or a late morning, depending on your schedule. Let's see. Okay, go. Let's see, what is it? Is it the Adrian Dittman show? No, he's live streaming Deep State Patriots. you know, you're doing great work, but I think you're without the audience, you know, for subscribers, like we need to work on building your visibility so we can obtain ultimate desecration and destruction of our enemies, so we can see them driven before us, destroy them completely, and then seek lamentations from their women. That would be the Conan the Barbarian advice. Maybe it's a little too radical for you, though. I don't know. I think you're probably okay with that. To see our enemies utterly destroyed and driven before us. So I do believe in magic. Now it's a little bit. Oh wait, hold on. ADHD moment.
I understand that, but it's still in the mind's eyes, like the world media is so leftist and loves underdog stories and is gonna hype this. Look, big bad Israel like couldn't even take out 20,000 terrorists. I get it. Like it is a devastating, humiliating victory for Israel, but from a PR standpoint, it's a freaking night. What he just said, going forward, it resurrects and revives Hamas.
Correct.
There's nothing to stop us from going back in.
No.
With these terrorists, you negotiated with terrorists. You're playing down your hands.
Right.
With barbarians.
Right.
That's why they're celebrating. I mean, like it's like
Right.
It's not even like these people are literally celebrating in the streets right now.
Right. No.
In the world, like, hold on. They're celebrating.
No. You're thinking.
That doesn't matter. They'll read the
that's
news and
a
they'll
false
say we're going to continue
celebration.
to fight.
Right. You're thinking it's a false
And the only people who suffer from this long term are Israelis. Like it's just going to be more Israelis that die, and these people are going to be celebrating in the streets yet again.
What's your thought?
All because these leaders are weak.
But Simon, the people in Gaza celebrate for a reason. I mean, they have been bombarded for 15 months. They are, I believe, genuinely happy that it ended. I don't think that they're necessarily the ones saying genocide. We don't hear the people in Gaza. We don't. Don't
Media's
confuse. Don't confuse the people that are speaking for Palestine or for Palestinians or Palestinians. There are two different parties. We have like three parties in this war. We have Israel, we have Hamas, and we have the Palestinians. They are not the same.
Yeah, but guess what? The only way this works, to what you're saying, Norm, is that they get the hostages back, and then Trump or whoever and whatever say, you know what? We got our hostages back. Go ahead, Israel. Finish the job.
Oh, but it's still on the table. That's still on the table.
Still on the table. That's the only way, and you gotta wait to see if that even comes up again.
Even if Israel doesn't go back in, they're going to go ahead and build a huge wall like we do in America. It'll be impossible. They're going to not let anything happen again, and it's going to make the Palestinians' lives a lot worse. You know, you hear that they're complaining about blockade and not getting food. It's going to be way worse for them, and so at least there will be something that they're going to be affected by that. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but look, they're going to say, how come Israel couldn't have on their own not have gotten this job done without intervention? Why did it take so long? Why was it so difficult? And with all the things Noam just mentioned that happened, why wasn't that enough to break
the other way around?
I'm saying
Israel would be alone. If Israel would be alone, we would have finished the job. The reason that we didn't finish the job is because we were not alone, and the entire world put their hands in this game. This is why we couldn't win. If we were allowed to just wage a war like a war is being waged, then yes, we could have ended it.
Oh, that changes in 3 days. Daniel, that changes in 3 days. That changes in 3 days. The Biden administration put a real leash on, a collar, a leash, whatever, on Israel. That all changes in 3 days.
Yeah, but Daniel, if you listen to El Norm, there was so much happened that should have broke their backs and should have made them capitulate. Why wasn't that enough?
Well,
because they saw that they gained support. They saw that the more people that are dead, the more the IDF is defamed. They saw that the international media is supporting them. They saw that Amnesty and HRW and the UN is supporting them. The more, listen, the Palestinian cause got momentum. The more civilians are dying in Gaza, the better for them. That is the reality.
Yeah.
There's zero reason to stop it.
I think there were two reasons why they started this. One was they actually thought that lots of different fronts would open up and they could break Israel. That failed because Hezbollah didn't join, the Arab armies didn't join, Houthis, it's like, firecrackers. And two was to bring the Palestinian cause back onto the world stage because the Abraham Accords flipped the narrative on its end. It used to be solve the Palestinian problem and then you'll get recognition. The three no's from Khartoum in '68, no recognition, no negotiation, and no trade. And the Abraham Accords flipped that on its end all over. So then all of a sudden the Palestinian issue started fading into the background. And I think one of the reasons of this was twofold. The second fold was, let's bring this back to the world stage. In that regard, it succeeded beyond their wildest dreams. In terms of militarily, it failed beyond their wildest dreams. So it was, they won on one account and they lost tremendously on another account. Which outweighs the other, I have no clue in the long term, and that remains to be seen.
Yaakov, do you think that Netanyahu possibly, this is just a question, I have no idea how our military works. Do you think that he rushed into this response without a clear plan? It was more knee-jerk reaction than
they waited 3 weeks before they did anything.
You think that was enough time to plan?
They have plans. Come on, they have plans. I'll let Daniel speak because he's closer to it. But they have plans on plans on plans for all these responses. You think like all of a sudden they said, "Oh, we need a plan to go into Gaza." No, those plans have been on the books for such a long time. But also marshaling the ground forces, that took a while. It didn't just go in overnight. In full force. It took, I think it was 2.5 weeks before the army went in. Like there was a lot of planning that went into, say, okay, what do we do? Here's where our plans didn't work. Here's where we need to fix. And then they said, okay, here's how we're going to do it. Or here's how we're going to systematically take them apart. And they systematically take them apart from the north to the south. The north was the most important because that's where the most command and control functions were and the headquarters were and all that stuff. They focused on Gaza City. Then they worked down to the south. It was very systematic. Can't fault them in any way, but they were held back by the world and they're held back by their biggest patron, and now their biggest patron is rah, just get the job done. So I think the world changes in 3 days.
It is possible that he basically defeated Hamas militarily, and Israel I guess assumes or hopes that they're going to attack Iran's nuclear arsenal, like hopefully, I don't know, sometime, I'm not sure, I don't know when, but definitely sooner more than later. And I think if they feel like if that happens, then basically Hamas will end up, I don't know how much, it's a proxy of Iran, but I don't know if they defeat Iran, let's say Iran will overthrow the Ayatollah. Does Hamas still stay in power? Do they still have anything? I don't know. I mean, they're definitely propped up by Iran.
No, Hamas is not a proxy of Iran. They are being funded and they are getting help, but they're not a proxy. Hezbollah is a proxy. It's not the same thing.
Okay. And there's more than enough tax money to go around. They tax the economy. There is such a huge drain on the economy that they'll get funded through siphoning off donations to the Palestinian people in Gaza and taxing. They're a cancer.
But the situation has changed. I mean, Gaza will now need to have hundreds of billions of dollars to reconstruct. And both, I think even Trump said it, that Gaza after the war will not become another terror hub, meaning Hamas will not stay in control. And also, we have two just that, and the other one is to take down the leadership, the governance of Hamas. I'm not sure that we gave up on the second one. To be honest, I think that one of the things that is missing on the taking down Hamas from government, I think what is missing from this agreement that we do see on the agreement with Hezbollah, for example, is any mechanism to overlook this disagreement. What happens if this disagreement about stuff, let's say tomorrow, like one of the things, just as an example, that Israel should need to be up to 700 meters. What happens if they're not? Like there is nothing in this agreement that handles those disputes. Unlike Hezbollah, with the agreement with Hezbollah, there is a procedure there in case of disputes of what needs to be done if one of the other sides is not keeping the agreement, who is letting them know. Like there is some kind of mechanism. I think the things that are missing from this agreement are also things that we need to pay attention to. And I think that we first want to get our hearts in his back, and you cannot say from day one that you're going to take down Hamas. Same with like the day after. If Israel will do any collaboration with any government, in Qatar or UAE or Saudi Arabia regarding the day after, immediately you will have like entire propaganda saying that Saudis are Zionists, yada. You cannot say the only way that, for example, for the Saudis to come to the rescue of Gaza is after the war ended and they are being asked, we need your money, come help us. If it will be planned in advance, it will look like they are collaborating with Gaza. So I would say mostly to the pro-Palestinians, the so-called pro-Palestinians, don't celebrate too soon. I don't think the war is over. And I think that the celebration will just kind of pull down the Gazans even further down, because it will be very disappointing for them. Also, I want to say that there's one thing that I'm thinking about, once the Palestinians start to go back to the home, many of the places have like ITEs and are mining like explosives. I'm not sure what would happen with this. Like a lot of the places have explosives. They would have to kind of take them down. Otherwise, no Palestinians will get hurt after the ceasefire. And they might blame Israel for this, Just like that.
Ribono Shel another Shabbos miracle.
Don't call me a miracle.
Why? All of life is a miracle. Victory is a miracle.
What were you saying in the chat, Adrian? I couldn't.
I'm just using a lot of Kabbalistic terms to deal with the situation.
About the rockets.
What, Yemen? I believe that Trump projected when he said if the hostages aren't released, all hell is breaking loose. It's almost like a tell. He let it slip that there is going to be a significant escalation and that these terrorist proxy forces are going to be attacked and eliminated. They won't be allowed to persist and fester like the cancers that they are.
But it has nothing, like Yemen has nothing to do with the hostages. Like Trump can attack them regardless. They are not part of the ceasefire deal. In no regards. Like they will continue doing whatever they want, and they are not. It's not about helping the Palestinians. I mean, they are very clear about it. Death to America, death to Israel, curse on the Jews, Islam is victorious. That is their ideology. Not Palestinian liberation or that nonsense.
Hey, Daniel, I have a question. I'm trying
Questions
to
at the
figure
end.
What?
Questions at the end.
Okay, then something.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out. Maybe I'm just. Maybe I'm not looking at it from a real get the hostages back at any cost perspective, but this kind of deal could have been done weeks ago, in my opinion. But somehow it came together right now. And yeah, I know Trump's coming back to office, but I'm sort of convinced something was promised to Israel or greenlit that said, okay, do this because there's something worth more to you than destroying supporting Hamas or something worth it more to you, do it now, and then you can achieve this. And I just don't know what was promised. So
I would assume it's regarding settlements. I would assume it's regarding the Abraham Accords and Iran. Yes. Also,
maybe they said we've spoken, like, you know, when Reagan came into office, and Carter had the same issue. Henry Kissinger was negotiating behalf of Reagan and got all of the hostages out, like right as he was being inaugurated. I think it's larger than that. I'm trying to figure out if, like, in the back channels, they talk to Saudi Arabia and they're like, okay, they'll come in within the next 4 weeks if you do this now. Like, what was in Israel's best interest to do this right now, as opposed to 3 weeks ago when it could have been done, 4 weeks ago when it could have been done, 2 weeks? Something changed and something was telegraphed to them. That's just my gut feeling, but I can't figure out what it is. Does that make any sense?
yeah, I mean, we just don't know exactly. I mean, I know just the guarantees that we got from both administrations. Maybe he was waiting for the agreement of the Trump administration that the war will continue if negotiations fail on the second stage. And you know, one of the things that Israel can demand on the second stage that Hamas can disagree to is the disarmament of Hamas. I mean, we don't have, like, the negotiation for the second phase has not begun. And if they did not conclude, yes, then the war will resume. So maybe this was what he was waiting for the administration to give them the green light for this.
Hey guys, good to see you, Daniel. Good to see you. Haven't seen you for
Hey, Andre. Wait, I want to interrupt and say, Andre, are you talking to Elon Musk, Adrian Dittman on X? Is that you?
No comment.
Yeah, that is you.
No. So Yaakov, I would say it's not only that it's likely. I think it's the most likely scenario because it's basically, if Trump makes a bad deal for Israel, it kills his support at home. I mean, he would not do something like this to jeopardize his own political fortunes at home. So, and it's very complex. I think people forget that it's an extremely complex situation because there's Syria, there's Iran, there's Saudi Arabia, there's Qatar. There's so many different players and so many different moving pieces. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that I think the Palestinian side already sort of broke I don't know if it was breaking the deal, but they started shooting. Like the side started shooting. So I don't know if it will give Israel a way out of those supports.
Listen, their military capacity has been completely crushed and eliminated. They probably have rifles and small arm fire and hand grenades, but I mean, aren't there all their RPGs and any other significant weapon system they have diminished? I mean, the only thing they have left is innocent hostages.
They're very good at smuggling weapons in. So.
I mean, their biggest weapon is the PSYOP on people's cell phones. That's the biggest weapon they have going for them.
Are you suggesting that all communication is hypnosis?
I'm saying Shabbos is approaching, and if you're not preparing for Shabbos, you're not in the right warrior mindset. Rabbeinu Shalom.
Okay. All right, my friend.
Sorry, someone just came to the house. I had to deal with them. Andre, I wanted to hear what you had to say. I apologize.
Well, Yaakov, I heard what you were saying before, and just to state the obvious, of course, yes, a lot of things, I'm sure a lot of things must have been promised in closed doors meetings to explain.
Or over the phone, video, whatever they have now. Used to have to spend 8 hours flying.
We won't know until those events happen.
Yeah, and they'll happen really quickly.
Oh, did you hear anything you were going to
unfortunate end. Someone. We just finished up a Shiva, so the temple came and picked up all the Shiva stuff. So
No problem. No, I would say that I agree. I'm in agreement with you. I think it's not just probable. It's most likely that there's something else going on because of the complexity of the situation, the number of players in the region, like Syria, in Iran, and Saudi Arabia, and Qatar, and Jordan, and Libya. I mean, there's so many different moving pieces that it's obvious that it's not just about this, those two sides. It's about like all of the players in the region. On top of it, it'll be detrimental to Trump and his political fortunes at home if he does not give Israel a good deal, because his own constituents or
is this a good deal, Daniel?
Yeah, and so I would say that he wouldn't make a bad deal because it would jeopardize his own situation at home.
From the Israelis' perspective, Daniel and Anna, is this a good deal?
Well, no.
No.
But it's the best we can get, I guess.
Yeah.
No,
I think you just invite more kidnapping. I don't know. I mean, it's great to get the hostages back. That's wonderful. But it's like 2014 all over again. It's like Protective Edge all over again in my mind.
Well, yeah. It's
Listen, the recidivism rate.
Of course, it's worse.
The recidivism rate with these prisoners and the activities they engage in, I mean, it directs them when you release them. I mean, if you don't release them into a facility that you're going to bomb afterwards, I mean, it is insane to release these murderers from these prisons.
Are they going to third countries? What's the deal? I can't remember where they're being released to.
Wherever they go, it's safe to assume that they're not going to go.
The murdered with the blood on their hands go to Gaza, Turkey, or Qatar.
No, not Gaza. They will go outside Algeria, Qatar, Turkey, like outside. Only the ones without blood on their hands are allowed to return.
On Thursday, there was a report that said the hang-up, the reason why the deal wasn't done on Thursday was on May 17th they had an agreement where Israel would designate who gets released, and then on Thursday Hamas, this is according to a report in Israel, Hamas changed and said we want to dictate who gets released. So does anyone know who's deciding who's getting released?
Israel has a veto power. Hamas will choose, but Israel can veto. For someone is a symbol, or I don't know, for some reason, like for example, Marwan al-Houthi, they can refuse. And Hamas didn't. What you're talking about is Hamas didn't want the veto power given to Israel.
But so have they gone through the list?
There's only 50 vetoes. Once they run out, they run out.
Oh, it's like voir dire in a.
It's a voir dire, exactly right.
It's like once you enter the trial, once you're done, you're done. Wow. But have they gone through that? Like, if these hostages are released on Sunday, doesn't that list have to be vetted by Sunday?
Yes, it will be published because it needs to give the Israeli public time to appeal to the Supreme Court. Not that it will make any difference because they will not stop the deal. But basically, yes, they should be published. Maybe even today or tomorrow.
I saw a list of the 33.
No, we're talking about
the hostages. I can't believe people who've killed people are being released. I heard that.
Many of them with few life sentences, and for example, if you have for every female you have 50 that are being released, so 20 are with more than life sentence, and the rest are with less than 15 years left on their sentence.
Do you know what the ironic part is mathematically? Is I've heard several times Palestinian lives are worth less than Israeli lives. Well, their math, they actually are less than Israeli lives because they're giving up more they're exchanging more Palestinians for every Israeli. So even in their own logic, they're worth less. Does that make any
It's even
sense
worse
to
than
you guys?
this. It's even worse than this. If you want to add to the math, basically they certified 25,000 of their people, maimed I don't know how many, like 100,000, and destroyed Gaza. They will multi-generational trauma. They would have now hundreds of thousands of people would be living in tents for years, and this all for the Palestinian cause, which is to release a few hundred murderers from jail.
I think that we talked about two prior aims. You think that was a goal of the war was to release